I saw this planter on Pottery Barn's website and wanted to try to recreate it. I started with an inexpensive black planter from Walmart. As you can see on the Pottery Barn planter, they have like a line going around the entire planter. So to achieve that look, I got a cream colored paint. And then I also got one of my paintbrushes out. With my scissors, I wanted to create notches in the paintbrush. So I went back and forth on the top of my paintbrush, creating those notches. Now, the other thing whenever you're doing this technique is you want to use as little paint as possible. So when I put paint out, I will mix it with water. I will also wipe off any excess. If you have too much paint, it's going to be a little overwhelming or splotchy in certain areas. So you're going to start by taking your brush and just moving it back and forth across your planter in wide strokes. Now, again, don't add too much paint. If you do put more paint on, wipe off the excess and keep going around your planter until you get it covered with that cream paint. Now, after you're done, you're gonna have areas that just have too much paint on them. It's just inevitable, it's gonna happen. So you're gonna have to come back in with a black colored paint and kind of do that same technique, but only do it where you see that there's too much paint. So too much of that cream paint, you're going to add a little bit of the black over the top. And you can go back and forth with your paints if you want, but just keep adding paint until you're happy with the look. Now, what am I going to put in this planter? Well, I found the most gorgeous faux rose floral on Amazon. You guys, this looks so real and I don't even have to water it. So I'm gonna add that to this planter and then I'll also add in some rocks to make it look more realistic. And here's how this planter turned out. I have another solar light idea for you. So from Dollar Tree, you're going to need to pick up these clear bowls, 2 for each. You're also going to need some deck solar lights. So you're going to start with one of your clear bowls. Then you're going to make sure that you have the deck solar light turned on, place it into your bowl. Then you're going to put some E6000 around the top edge of your bowl, put one of the other bowls on top, and then repeat these steps with however many solar lights you'd like. Then you can put this out in your landscaping to create this really pretty glowing dome at night. Dollar Tree has these really cute mushrooms out and I think they would be so adorable in your landscaping. Now, if you don't like the colors, you can always spray paint these. I took mine outside and spray painted them with one of my favorite spray paint colors. It's the sea mint color. I did 2 coats, let that dry, and then I added them into my plants. You guys, I have found so many faux stems on Amazon's website. This next faux stem I definitely wanted to put outside. And if you guys love real flowers, you can definitely use those. I have several real flowers at my house. I was trying to find items that I could reuse year after year. So I picked up a terracotta planter from Walmart and I'm gonna add some rocks to the bottom. Now this weighed quite a bit, but just for a little bit of drainage and stability. I also added in a foam piece and then I found these gorgeous florals on Amazon's website and I'm going to take them out of the pack, shake them around and place them into my floral foam. And here's how this planter turned out. Now, most of the planters I'm showing you in today's video that aren't from Dollar Tree are from Walmart, and I will link them all for you down below. So if you're looking for anything in this video, just check the description box. For this next DIY, you're going to need a solar light and also a tea light mason jar. I need to create a string to put around the top of this mason jar. So I found this black faux leather that I had in my craft room, and I started by gluing one piece around the top to use as a hanger. So I glued it on one side, hot glued it on the other side, and then cut off any excess. Then I took some more of that faux leather and I wrapped it around and then tied it in the back. I cut off any excess And then to add my solar light into this tea light, I took off the bottom and then I removed that little part to like activate the solar light, added some E6000 around the bottom edge. I placed it onto the mason jar lid. Let this sit overnight, and then to hang it outside, you can use one of the flower pot hangers they have at Dollar Tree. You could set this in your yard, or you could put it in a faux plant and then just hang up your solar light. Do you guys remember when I created a ring bowl using a regular balloon? That was a really fun DIY, and I thought, what if we did it for a planter? So I got a regular balloon and blew it up, and then I decided to put some Quikrete around this balloon. So I mixed together a little bit of Quikrete and water. Now, putting the Quikrete on the balloon was a little tricky. I kind of had to add it just with my hands and make sure that I had it completely covered. I continued to add the Quikrete around my balloon. I smoothed it down as much as possible. And then I placed it so that it could dry overnight. It's actually dried for a few days. I still have the balloon in here. So my next step is to pop the balloon. So this actually looks a lot better than I thought it would be and is a lot more sturdy. So from here, it does have like some jagged edges. I actually like that, but if you wanted to kind of cut those down or just kind of pull them off, you could do that. I'm gonna be adding in some faux succulents to this planter. Hey guys, I'm Liz and you're watching my second DIY channel where I post daily DIY videos. You may be familiar with my main channel, Liz Fenwick DIY, but I'm glad that you found me over here on my second channel. Make sure that you're subscribed so you just get notified every day when I post our daily DIY video.